Welcome to the Lindsay and Tony podcast, where we talk about spirituality, business, and life experiences.
In this podcast, we're bringing our private conversations to you.
We believe that it's through discussion, action, and reflection that true change occurs. Hello and welcome to episode 166, How Bob Proctor and the Law of Vibration Changed Our Life. In this episode, we are honoring Bob Proctor. We just found out that he passed away, and we thought this episode is in perfect timing to reflect on all the ways that he has affected our life just by listening to everything he's had to offer over the years. And we hope you enjoy the show. Welcome back, everyone. We're so excited to talk with you today. We're doing another audio session of our podcast rather than video today, and this is in honor of Bob Proctor, who is an amazing mentor to hundreds of thousands of people around the world, and he passed just recently, so we really want to talk about how he's impacted our lives.
Right, and as I was on my walk this morning, I was actually thinking about him early this morning and about how much he's impacted my life and about the law of vibration and the law of attraction and how he was so intentional about it and he was just being it. And I think that was the biggest thing I was thinking about this morning, about how it's his energy. That's what he does. He's like a container. He holds that intention, that powerful energy that he'd always bring to just his videos. And so to find out several hours later that he passed away and we had to record a podcast this day, I realized that this was the perfect episode for today.
Definitely. And we did see, recently we were talking, I think it was probably 6 months to a year ago, talking about the importance of really being grateful for the mentors that we've seen, whether it was in person or online, and how we need to take advantage when they do offer things, because really you never know how long people have in this world. And he was one of those people. Bob Proctor, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, all of these amazing people that have been around forever. Even new people, new leaders that you're brought to, there's energy when you really are grateful for those moments of their teachings.
Right, exactly. And this goes with anybody, right? Anybody in your life to where they bring that great energy and it just makes you rise up, whether you know them or not, whether they're a sports figure like Tom Brady. He was here in Tampa the last several years. I'm so grateful we took advantage and went to games and was around that powerful energy. So it goes with celebrities, it goes with your best friends or family members. Take advantage of your life. You don't know how long you have to live, obviously.
Definitely. And I can think of the first time that I heard of Bob Proctor, and it was actually from my mom, because she said, I just watched an Oprah episode and I know you'd like this book. And it was all about The Secret. So I read The Secret, I watched the movie The Secret, and endless amount of times putting that movie on. And that was actually one of our conversations, Tony, when we first connected on the phone, was about the law of attraction and The Secret. And it was the segue into more of spirituality for me, because I always have been Catholic all of my life, and I was very much into the saints and the Blessed Mother. But The Secret and Bob Proctor really opened me up in a new way with that law of vibration and the frequency that we're on.
Right, exactly. That first conversation we had, we were talking about Bob Proctor and I believe going on a cruise,
yes,
like a Bob Proctor cruise or some kind of cruise to go on a seminar and learn and all of that. And
I think we wanted to find one, right?
And we did. We spoke about him, and I believe it was him. And we've talked about him nonstop and listened to his videos nonstop. And I bet if you listen to all of our podcast episodes, you'll hear his name throughout them. Any of the videos that Lindsay and I make online or post or blogs, you'll see his name scattered throughout. And not only us, you'll see this with everybody out there that's putting themselves out there. They've pretty much have heard about Bob Proctor and have been impacted by him. The first time I heard of him was back in 2008. And I was going to school in Columbia College in Columbia, Missouri. And I was at one of the lowest points in my life. And I was just in the computer lab studying different videos, real estate videos, random motivational videos that would pop up, I would play them, and then the overview of the secret video came up with Bob Proctor, and I clicked on it. Something made me click on it, and oh my goodness, I can remember that moment like it was right now. And seeing that video and immediately knowing from the beginning of that video, from the words that he said and the energy that he said it with, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I immediately knew that my life was never going to be the same. And I immediately knew I had to hear every word that this man had to say for the next, I believe it was like an 8-minute and 56-second video. And I've watched that video, I bet 10,000 or more times since then. I've studied his content. My life has transformed from that moment, not even meeting him, just his energy being on a video and him showing up powerfully, and all of the work and dedication that he put into it to that moment before he recorded that video I watched. It went through the screen and I felt it and it impacted me. So that goes to show you out there, if you're making videos online, if you're a podcast host, or if you're putting yourself out there, you never know what your voice and your energy can do for somebody in the moment. Because I was ready and I was open. And there were several other seeds that were planted several years before that opened me up in that moment. But just realize that you could impact somebody's life with the power of your voice.
It's so true. And I really believe in the power of not only the law of vibration and the energy that he put out there, but his words about consistency. It doesn't matter how much you've listened to something, you can hear it a different way each time you hear it if you listen to it again. And he talked about repetitive things. He kept saying, there's a lot of people that preach about law of attraction and all of that, but really embodying it is a different thing. It's studying. He read the same book over and over again every single day, right? I think it was The Power of the Subconscious Mind, or
he's read that book a lot, but Think and Grow Rich is the book that he's read every day for, it was 50, 60 plus years, every single day. And he talked about that. He said, it's the power of repetition. It's the power of educating yourself over and over again, even if you listen to the same video, because something will hit you that didn't hit you the time before. Because each time, as you're somebody like this and you're continuing to grow every day, each time you read that book or watch that video, you have new eyes, a new perspective, a new energy showing up in that moment. So you're going to get different insights. He understood that. And Bob taught me about that more than anything else. He taught me that it's not only the information that you're learning and specific strategies, it's a awareness level. And if you focus on increasing your level of awareness, that's what transforms everything. And you do this by surrounding yourself with the environment, the energy, the people that you want to feel like and be like. And over time, as you continuously immerse yourself into these different environments, whether it's gyms or webinars or seminars or retreats, or just hanging out with really great people at coffee shops, whatever it is, you start to raise your level of emotional intelligence, your level of awareness, and you start to see the world in a different way.
I feel like the big thing that Bob taught me was the importance of really the energy that you put out there and the energy that you're going to bring into you by who you are and what you are and how fast it can actually happen. And it's not always just about the material things like the cars and all of that. There's so much more to it. And I think, with The Secret, people were very focused on the material things, but with Bob's teaching, he speaks about more than just the material things and how you can bring that in. And you can bring it in very quickly, but if you hold on to it, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother level to it. It's like anyone can bring in these material things, but are you going to live it throughout your life? And he definitely is someone that embodied it the whole time. And it's not even the things that he necessarily did. It was just the way that he spoke and the energy that you felt being in his presence, even if it was just online. You could feel his energy through the computer. And I can't imagine being in person, with him and in the things that he embodied. And he lived it up, everything that he taught up until the very last moments of his day. You could still see his videos circulating.
He made a distinction with the law of attraction after that came out. He understood that The Secret, that was an introduction. that was something to go out there that everybody could understand and get a hold of. And I think the whole process of that, they understood the marketing aspect of it. Bob, if you study him deeper, you realize that he's more about all of the other laws of the universe. One in particular, the law of vibration. And it goes with what you're saying, being it. What are you vibrating out? What does your energy feel like? You attract and bring into your life what you are, not what you want. And the way that you do that is you start to transform your energy, right? You start to become aware that everything in your life, your house, the walls, your computer, cell phones, the way that cell phones are able to connect with each other through the ether, it all has to do with vibration, radio signals. Everything's vibrating at one frequency or another. So as you start to realize this, you start to realize that like vibrations attract like vibrations, and all you have to do, I say all you have to do, it's a process. It takes work every single day, personal development, working on yourself, looking at the dark side of yourself, seeing what habits are working, what habits are not, experimenting with new ideas and transforming your energy. And as you transform your energy, you start to use this law of vibration that's already working anyways, and you start to draw to you things that are more like your energy. So if you want your world to change on the outside, anything on the outside, materialistic, relationships, anything you can imagine, it all starts on the inside. Like a lot of people say, right? Internally, focus within and it changes without. And this is all tied to the law of vibration. And Bob Proctor really helped to raise my awareness level when it around this law and several other laws too.
Yeah, and I think that's why we ended up meeting. Definitely part of the reason is because we were very clear on the work that we wanted to do internally. It's not like we were planning on meeting you and I, but it's interesting that we connected on the level of, you know, spirituality and law of attraction and being on that frequency. So that's how we kind of pulled each other in. The other thing is I think listening to Bob, just like someone like Wayne Dyer too, with Wayne Dyer passing, once you start to hear their voice on video or on audio, naturally your frequency is going to shift, whether they've passed or they're alive. So when I have always heard Bob Proctor's voice, it almost reprograms me to become aware of how powerful I am as a soul here on earth. And it reprograms me to think about the times in my life where I have brought things in quickly. So I don't know if that's happened to you when you put on a video of his or we watch The Secret all over again, that it brings your awareness back to where it's meant to be.
Exactly. It helps activate that energy, right, of what he's putting out into the universe. He's a reminder that, like you said, of infinite potential, that you could create whatever you desire. You could live life how you want to live life on your own terms. And yes, every time I watch his videos or even read his books or read an article with him or think about the image of him inside my mind, it would activate that within me. So that's what he represented.
Mm-hmm. And it's the importance with the law of vibration too, to get clear on what it is that you do want instead of what you don't want. I think a lot of people as humans, we focus on, well, I don't want this to happen, or I'm afraid this is going to happen. And all of that energy is focused on the wrong thing when that's the majority of the time you're focused on that. So with the law of vibration, it's getting clear on like, what is it that you do want and taking time to do it, to actually, you know, if it's taking out a notebook and writing the things that you do want, or it's spotting the beautiful things around you. I just did a whole TikTok reel on Instagram about the importance of comparisonitis and using that to your advantage, knowing that if you are comparing yourself to someone, whether it's a psychic medium or someone else, it's actually a good thing because you're thinking, oh, that's a beautiful way of going about something. And I love how they're doing this. So if you're on the frequency of receiving to see how it can be done, it's pointing you in the direction of where you want to go.
Exactly. It's kind of like if you get a new car, you start to see that car everywhere. It's because you're in alignment with that car. It's the target of your mind. So it goes with what you're saying. If you're seeing other people that are doing great in the area you're in, that's a good sign. So it's a new way to look at it rather than looking at them like, oh, it's confident or it's competition. No, this is a good sign. This means that the universe has shown me this possibility does exist and I can make it happen in my own way. So just to leave everybody off with something they could do to transform their energy and to get in more in alignment with what they're trying to through the law of vibration is to, one, understand that the law of vibration is happening. And then two, everything that you could do, figure out what kind of environments you can go in to activate that energy within your soul, whatever that may be for you. So for example, I know that every time I go to the gym early in the morning and I leave with a different energy. Something is activated inside of me because I'm inside of a space with all kinds of other people that are with the same intention, the same energy to better themselves, to grow their body, to get healthier. And there's something about doing that and being in that energy that helps me maintain my health and my energy, and it lights me up the rest of the day and really throughout the week. Another thing is I'll go to coffee shops or bookstores to get some work done, to do some journaling, to get some clarity, because once again, you got everybody there with the same intention, the same energy, and it does something to you. So what kind of environments can you strategically put yourself into on a consistent basis? Just think of one, start with one, whether it's with work or fitness or relationships that you can go. Maybe it's bringing your wife or your husband out on a date somewhere that will activate that energy. Whatever it may be, think of one thing you can do to go to a new environment to activate an energy that's in alignment with the goal that you have.
Love that. It's full immersion. So that's exactly what needs to happen. And sometimes that could be in the area that you're working towards when it comes to development and education, and other times it could be, on your free time too. And that's the beauty of travel. That's the beauty of courses and masterminds and retreats and everything, where you can be fully immersed in the environment and it could immediately shift your vibration. Whether you know it or not, it's happening. So definitely something to think about. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. If you liked it, leave a 5-star review on iTunes, and remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel too.
If you can think of anyone else that would love this episode, share it with them right now on social media or email. And remember, getting results is a process of learning, applying, and reflecting. Stay consistent and continue to grow every day.